We're going to begin tonight with those fires raging out of control in California. Firefighters are scrambling to contain at least 24 large fires in the middle of a historic heat wave. More than 2 million acres have burned so far this year, making it the worst on record in California, and that's before the usual peak of the season. Hot, dry gusts are blowing tonight, whipping up blowtorch conditions. Over the weekend, more than 200 people had to be airlifted as a fire ripped through this campground. And just take a look at this tourist town tonight. Big Creek nearly wiped out by the flames. And on this Labor Day, the 2020 presidential campaign is in full swing. A new CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Joe Biden leading the president in a national poll of likely voters. The president today also suggested a coronavirus vaccine could be ready by Election Day, despite several of his own top health officials saying that is unlikely. Meanwhile, the country is bracing for a potential surge of new COVID cases after mass gatherings over the weekend. We have a lot of news to get to with teams covering it all, but we want to begin tonight with those devastating wildfires. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti leads us off from Pine Ridge, California. Jonathan.
Chip, this fire has become so destructible that we have been pushed back to this staging area along with backup fire crews. And for good reason. We traveled through much of this region earlier today and saw the flames and the destruction firsthand.
Complete and utter devastation. At least half of the Central California town of Big Creek obliterated. This video shows the nightmare as it unfolded, flames engulfing everything in sight, burning home after home in what was an idyllic community. That was before.
And this is after. Ground Zero, where the Creek Fire got its name, and where today several neighborhoods have been reduced to rubble and ash.
First responders are only now reaching this town. They still don't know if everyone made it out. There may be little hope for those who did not. These harrowing images have emerged of those who escaped as they drove through roaring flames. Fire also trapping hundreds at a nearby campground. Some, like Dennis Drake, dove into the lake.
It's like, in my mind, I'm going, okay, are we going to die from the fire or are we going to die from drowning?
He and others were finally airlifted to safety. This satellite view shows how dramatically and incredibly the Creek Fire exploded in size. California's fire season already 7 times larger than normal. 2 million acres have already burned. To put that in perspective, that's more than 10 times the size of New York City. The state also suffering unrelenting heat, 100 degrees in downtown San Francisco on Sunday, and in Woodland Hills, 121 degrees, the hottest temperature ever recorded in Los Angeles County. 80 miles east of LA, this fire has forced thousands to evacuate. Authorities say it was caused by a smoke-generating device at a gender reveal. Back in California's Sierra, an almost eerie calm as the forest still burns. The town smolders, and little is left behind.
More than 36 fires are burning out of control tonight, and this evening we're expecting more wind. Chip, firefighters have their work cut out for them.
Thank you, Jonathan.